The camera comes into focus in a poorly lit courthouse corridor. Whispers abound, nervous shoes click on the waxed floor, and then the narrator's voice cuts through, calm but laced with suspense. No one saw this coming. Not after all those years. The cameras in front of television crews, the vows, but on a sweltering Nevada morning, one sheet of paper, one hidden marriage license, in danger of tearing apart all Kody Brown constructed. Before we continue, ask me in the comments, if you found out your spouse had a hidden marriage license, would you leave or fight for answers? The door opens within the courtroom. Christine is seated in the front row, her jaw set, her eyes fixed on Kody. Robyn tugs on his arm, her fingers drawing imaginary lines across the table. Janelle and Meri exchange a look from across the room, a silent accord brought together by years of deceit and confusion. Kody's hair is thinner, his eyes weary, but he makes an effort to remain calm. His lawyer leans in to say something, but Kody doesn't react. His thoughts are elsewhere, in Las Vegas, years ago, where the secret started. All rise. The judge's voice rings out. Papers rustle. Cameras snap from the back rows. The trial isn't about polygamy this time. It's about trust, deceit, and a legal document that was never meant to be. All secrets have a pulse, and today Kody's was about to flatline before the world he ever knew. The prosecutor rises, voice clear and firm. Mr. Brown, do you know what this document is? Kody gazes at the screen. The magnified photo of a marriage certificate granted in Clark County, Nevada, covers the courtroom. His name is prominently displayed, next to another woman's. It is not Robyn though. Gasps echo through the courtroom. Christine slumps forward, her knuckles pale against the table. Janelle shakes her head incredulously. The name next to Kody's is obscured on screen for the public eye, but everyone in the family recognizes what it translates to for someone outside the Sister Wives universe. The tone of the narrator softens, bringing viewers in. Years ago, in the Vegas years, the Browns were at the peak of their success. New homes, new starts, new promises. But what viewers didn't get to see were the cracks forming underneath that extravagance. Kody was adrift, in search of something he couldn't even define. Cut to a flashback. Las Vegas. The sun catches the glint of Kody's convertible as he cruises down the strip, smiling for the camera. But once filming ends, the smile disappears. In the background, Robyn's laughter can be heard coming from their rented house, while Meri scrolls through text messages by herself. Sometimes, betrayal takes place not in a moment, but quietly in the gap between silence and pride. Back in court, Robyn is broken. Her mascara runs as she says in a barely audible voice, "You said it was for legal purposes, Kody, that it was business." Kody lets out a hard breath, digging his fingers into the edge of the table. "It was complicated," he growls between clenched teeth. Christine's voice slices in complicated. "You married a woman in Vegas, and you didn't think that was important." The judge strikes the gavel. "Order! This is not a family gathering." But too late, emotions fill the room. The tale isn't legal anymore. It's personal, it's raw, and decades in the making. The narrator slows the pacing, softer, contemplative tone. For years, Kody juggled love and loyalty, like a man on a tightrope. But this time he fell. And what was down there wasn't sympathy. It was judgment. As testimony goes on, a court clerk recites the Vegas records. Kody's signature, the date, the witnesses, the officiant's name, an Elvis impersonator. The room murmurs in disbelief. When the truth sounds absurd, that's when you know it's true. Outside the courthouse, reporters cluster. Sister Wives fans hold signs, some of them in defense of Kody, others demanding justice. Inside, the air is thick. All eyes are on him. Janelle folds her arms. "You always said transparency was important," she says softly, "but you've been living in deception." Kody's voice cracks. "You think I wanted this? You think I plotted to destroy everybody?" Christine breathes softly. "No, Kody, you just didn't believe we'd ever discover." The gavel comes down once more. The judge calls a short recess. Kody rises, his body shaking ever so slightly, his lawyer pushing him out. But he does not go. His gaze meets Robyn's. She glances away. The narrator moves closer. The tone breaks to a whisper of tension and emotion. This wasn't about who he loved anymore. It was about what he'd hidden, and what that said about the man behind the cameras. Christine dabs at a tear, and then stands up straight. Janelle places a hand on her shoulder. Meri finally says something. For the first time, you built a family on trust. Kody, you destroyed it. And now the world gets to see it all go up in flames. The courtroom erupts with silence, heavy, choking, immeasurable. When silence is louder than truth, that's when hearts begin to shatter. The camera retreats, slow, cinematic. The family spread out around the room, a snapshot of togetherness now broken irreparably. The narrator's voice lowers, last words hanging like a storm before lightning. And as the judge adjourned for recess, one thing was certain: this wasn't the end of the trial. It was the start of Kody Brown's reckoning. The screen goes dark, and the words whisper softly. Suppose the one person you trusted most had one marriage too many. The judge declares that a surprise witness will be called to testify at the next hearing. Someone who says they signed that secret Vegas license with Kody. The courtroom doors open again, creaking. The recess is at an end, but the air is palpably thicker, heavier, almost charged. Christine, Janelle, and Meri huddle in their seats, whispering softly. Robyn sits beside Kody, but her body inches away from him. The space between them speaks volumes that words cannot. The judge clears his throat. And before we continue, the court will hear from an unexpected witness, recently confirmed by the Clark County Clerk's office. Kody's head jerks up. So does his lawyer's. Who? Kody whispers, his voice low but cutting. The door opens once more. He stiffens. His woman emerges, assertive, placid, but betraying a tempest within. She glances about the room once, and then settles her eyes squarely on Kody. The air appears to leave the courtroom. It's Lana Hart, a woman Kody encountered years back during the Vegas years. A dormant connection everyone thought was ended long ago. Occasionally the ghosts we believe are buried don't remain entombed. They march directly into the courtroom. The narrator's voice falls to a virtual whisper, as if confiding in the audience. She wasn't just any witness, she was the name on that license. Gasps ripple through the room. Robyn's hand flies to her mouth. Christine looks down, shaking her head in disbelief. Janelle sits back, eyes narrowed. She's not surprised. She always knew Kody was hiding something deeper. The judge motions for silence. Miss Hart, you've been sworn in. Please explain your relationship to Mr. Brown. Lana takes a shaky breath. I met Kody Brown in 2015. He told me his marriage with Meri was over, that he was only spiritually committed to the others. We fell in love. Her words hang in the air. Kody slams his palm on the table. That's not true. You're twisting. Mr. Brown, the judge interrupts. You'll have your turn. Lana goes on, voice trembling. He promised we'd keep it quiet until the cameras slowed down. He said it was safer that way. He took me to a chapel off Fremont Street. We signed the papers. I didn't even know he was still legally bound to anyone else. The truth does not whisper. It bellows when it finally finds a microphone. The narrator's voice becomes more solemn, mournful. Within that courtroom, time stood still. The world beyond continued to turn. But for the Brown family, it was as if all they had ever constructed came crashing in on themselves. Christine blots at tears. She isn't shedding tears for Kody anymore. She's crying for those wasted years believing in his idea of love. Meri scoots over toward Janelle, her voice barely above a whisper. He vowed he was through after Robyn. He vowed me. Janelle's voice breaks. Meri, we both know. His words are sand in the desert. Robyn gazes at Kody, shaking. Tell me this isn't true. Tell me she's lying. But Kody doesn't reply. He merely stares at his hands, the same hands which once held each of theirs. When silence is your best defense, the jury already knows the truth. Lana continues, her voice firm now. I didn't come here to destroy someone's life, but the world needs to hear the truth. I didn't know that Miss Hart was married 4 times over when I married her. The judge nods seriously. Thank you, Miss Hart. The prosecutor addresses Kody. Mr. Brown, is this your signature on the license? Kody breathes out, his chest puffing and settling visibly in frustration. Yes, it is. But it wasn't a real marriage. It was we. Legal cuts in the prosecutor. You signed a binding document under false circumstances. Did you tell your wives? Kody looks at Robyn. She shakes her head slowly, tears flowing. No, he whispers. I didn't. You can't say love when your truth is hidden under signature and deception. The narrator's voice changes once more, bringing the reader further in. All of a sudden, all of those words, all of those glances, all of those memories that they had together, everything dusted. The courtroom was no longer a venue of law. It was a room of confession. Christine gets to her feet, her voice shaking but fierce. You had us fools for years, Kody. You had us defending you for all of those years, and you had another wife behind our backs. The gavel comes down, Mrs. Brown, calm yourself. But the feeling can't be held back. Robyn becomes overcome with tears, crying softly. Meri sits expressionless, her features white and empty. Janelle's fists are locked into fists on her knees. Kody attempts to say something, but the weight of the room smothers his words. Sometimes the most heavy sound in the world is the one a broken family makes when it stops believing in you. The judge calls for order. The camera moves across the shocked faces. The viewers who were following this trial on television would subsequently claim they had never witnessed anything like it. Raw shock, pain, and betrayal, all on display. The narrator's tone becomes more somber. For years, Browns fans thought they'd witnessed the worst of the Browns saga. But what nobody realized is that the greatest betrayal wasn't on television. It was on paper. The judge leans forward. Mr. Brown, this court will now consider the legality of your Vegas wedding. Depending on the results, fraudulent misrepresentation charges might be applicable. Kody slumps into the seat. His kingdom of family, religion, and reality TV fame, all imploding in the space of an afternoon. As the courtroom disperses for the day, Christine exits silently. Janelle trails behind. Meri remains at the doorway, facing Kody again. I used to believe we were soulmates, she says softly. Now I believe I was just one of your stories. She goes. Kody sits still. Red-rimmed eyes, clamped jaw. Robyn stands over him, still crying, but her hand doesn't move toward his. For the first time, she doesn't know if she should. When the person who always had your back finally turns away, that's when you know the trial isn't in court. It's in your own heart. The voice of the narrator tightens in, low and shaking with feeling. As the courthouse emptied and the cameras trailed the Browns into the sunlight, nobody knew what would come next. But one thing was for sure. The truth had just begun to speak. As Kody is emerging outside, a reporter yells, Mr. Brown, we hear rumor of another secret marriage license, one that binds you to someone in Flagstaff. True? Kody freezes. The sun high in the morning sky glints coldly off the courthouse steps, but Kody is oblivious. Outside, reporters swarm like a storm, cameras clicking, microphones shoved forward. Reporters yelling questions. The Flagstaff bombshell has broken. Headlines roll on TV screens. Kody Brown's secret marriage license shakes sister wives' world. Christine stands off to the side, arms crossed, a clenched controlled fury on her face. Janelle clutches a cup of coffee, voice not much above a whisper. How many more secrets are there? Robyn, standing outside, in the car, grips her hands tightly in her lap. Her chest heaves and falls quickly. For once she is helpless. Not in public, not in front of cameras, but in her own home. When your personal life is front page news, there is no hiding behind the persona you assumed. The narrator leans in, voice intimate, as if confiding. For years Kody had maintained a delicate balance between public facade and private deception. But when one secret slips out, the dam bursts. Now a rumor of a second wedding license in Flagstaff spreads like brush fire on social media, fueling speculation, outrage, and incredulity. Kody leaves the courthouse, face pale, sweat wetting his collar. Reporters yell questions. He raises his hand, attempting to shoo them away. I have nothing to say, he protests, but the utterance is hollow. Each camera lens appears to cut right through him. You can't hide from the world, but you cannot hide from the trail of lies you leave behind. That night, the house is still too quiet. Robyn waits, pacing, her phone clutched in her hand. She has in her possession paperwork from the Flagstaff County clerk, digital version, printouts, even screenshots of a notarized certificate. Kody comes in, guarded, rubbing his forehead. Robyn, it's late. What's this about? Robyn's eyes rage. Don't play dumb, Kody. I know about the Flagstaff license, and I have proof you didn't imagine I'd uncover. He tenses. Robyn, that's a clerical mistake. You understand that. All lies conceal a thread, but certain threads loosen at a quicker pace than you could ever dream. Robyn approaches him, tone low and firm. Clerical mistake. She holds a flash drive up. Hits you signing the papers in 2016 on that security cam of the realtor. You got caught on this multiple times, but not just the deeds creating the second legal marriage, but all the documents with your signature on them, and you thought no one would ever find it out. Kody swallows. His hands tremble. I didn't think it would make a difference. I thought you could dictate the story forever. Robyn cuts in abruptly, her eyes brimming with tears. But dictating a story doesn't mend the truth. How many licenses, Kody? How many off-the-books marriage? The room narrows. Time crawls. Kody's brain spins. For the first time in years, he's trapped not by lawyers or reporters, but by someone who understands him better than anyone, his wife. The strongest confrontation isn't in court. It's when someone you love finally sees the truth. Outside, meanwhile, news vans line the street. Sister Wives fans congregate, some demanding justice, others rallying to defend Kody. The quiet town turns overnight into a media circuit. Tweets announce headlines across the country. Another license. Kody Brown's secrets multiply. Within, Robyn sets the flash drive on the kitchen counter. You must tell me everything, Kody. No more lies. No more half-truth. If we're going to survive this, you must be honest. Now, Kody's mouth open. He has something to say, but words don't come. His quiet is so loud that it shakes her. Silence can scream louder than confession, particularly when the heart knows what it wishes. The narrator leans in, whisper low, urgent, in that still, tension-charged house. Years of concealment crash. Robyn's tears, Kody's hesitation, the flash drive whirring with evidence of betrayal. Each is a spark in an inflammable room, waiting to catch fire. This isn't a fight, it's an accounting. Robyn steps closer. The truth, Kody. You owe me the truth. Not only for me, but for all the people you hurt. I can forgive errors, but I can't forgive lies. Kody's shoulders hunch. He finally whispered, voice cracking, there's more than one. When the first truth is out, it usually leads to even more sinister secrets. Suddenly, the doorbell interrupts them. Both start, heart racing. Robyn makes her way slowly to the door. A delivery person waits there, clutching a thick envelope with an official seal. Another subpoena, another thread in the unraveling. Kody swallows, eyes opening wide. The camera eye of the story rests on his face. Fear, guilt, and terror mix. The narrator's voice becomes tense, verging on a whisper. Each secret Kody Brown harbored, each hidden marriage license, all have culminated in this moment. And now, the question that troubles him most isn't in the courthouse. It's in his own household. How many more doors will be opened before the truth finally catches up to him? Robyn gazes at the subpoena, then at Kody. Her voice shakes, a combination of anger and fear. Is there another one, Kody? Tell me before the world learns it first. The courtroom doors open. An electric silence descends upon the room. Cameras flash in the back, but no one sees. Everyone is looking at Kody Brown. He slowly walks in, his face ashen, jaw clenched. Robyn sits behind him, her hand lightly grazing his shoulder, a symbol of loyalty unraveling at its edges. The judge clears her throat. This session will be on the Flagstaff license. Counsel, please continue. The prosecutor approaches, carrying a thick folder. Members of the court, the following evidence establishes Mr. Brown's second secret marriage, lawfully registered in Flagstaff in 2017. The documents have just been verified by county officials, and copies have been distributed to all parties. The room gasps in unison. Christine elbows forward, her fists holding the bench. Janelle's eyes widen in shock. Meri tightly folded arms, shake with rage. Kody gazes at the documents on the big screen. Signatures, dates, notarized stamps, all irrefutable. When the paper speaks louder than 1,000 vows, even the greatest defenses fall apart. The narrator's voice hastens, cinematic. Each lie that Kody believed he had buried is now out in the open. Each family member, each viewer at home, experiences the shock, not only of the secret license, but of what it signifies. Repeated betrayal, broken trust, and a web of lies that can't be dismissed. Robyn's lips tremble. She leans over toward the prosecutor. Can they really prove it's him? The prosecutor nods. Yes, Miss Brown. Fingerprints, signatures, and several corroborating witnesses. This isn't a rumor. It's legally binding evidence. Kody's lawyer whispers desperately, attempting to intrude. Kody shoves him away. He knows that no legal maneuver will erase the harm already inflicted. When the truth cannot be denied, even lawyers are at the mercy of the gale. Christine stands up, voice trembling with contained fury. Kody, how many more of these licenses are there? How many times did you lie to us, to your family, to the world? Kody's mouth opened, but he hesitates. His arrogant demeanor dissolves. I didn't think it mattered. Did you ever think it would make a difference? Christine's words are as sharp as knives. You lied to all of us. You had us defend you, praise you, love you, all the while signing documents that betrayed us. Janelle stands there now, her voice a blend of sorrow and outrage. We trusted you. We sacrificed. And this is what we receive in return. When those you care about face you with reality, no deception will remain standing. The camera punts across the courtroom. Media vans stop along the sidewalk outside. Fans cheer and scream on social media. Hashtags trending nationwide. The story bursts through the courthouse walls. Robyn hovers in close to Kody, her voice shaking. You thought you could control everything. But the world is watching, and I can't protect you anymore. Not from the consequence, not from yourself. Kody's gaze travels to the floor. Sweat runs down his temple. His hands tremble as he grips the table's edge. The judge bangs the gavel. Order, everyone will remain seated. But there's still chaos. Emotional allegiances start to realign. Meri and Janelle share a look, a knowing look between them. Christine shoots daggers at Kody, and Robyn's trust dangles by the thinnest of threads. When one lie topples, it can bring down every carefully constructed relation. The narrator turns reflective but suspenseful. Kody Brown's defenses, years in the making through charm and manipulation, are crumbling. Each smile, each promise, each skillfully crafted lie laid out in the sun. And, the worst part, the people he didn't want to hurt, his family, are now the ones holding the truth like a sword. The prosecutor presents a chronology of Kody's secret marriages. Each date, each signature, each notarized page is exposed. Christine gasps so loudly, she sounds like a door bursting open. Janelle's hands tremble. Meri clenches her teeth. Robyn her fists so tightly that her nails bite into her palms. Kody opens his mouth once more. I didn't mean for this, Christine cuts him short. You never mean for anything, Kody. You just assume people won't discover it. Intent does not eliminate consequences, and in court, consequences yell the loudest. The drama is heightened. Kody is alone, standing against his family and the evidence, sweat shining in the unforgiving light of the courtroom. He steps back, attempting to regain composure, but the ground beneath him seems to wobble. Robyn's voice rings out, laced with pain and resolve. If you loved this family, you would have been honest. You would have told me the truth before it was a headline. Kody slumps his head. I wanted to protect everyone. I believed I was doing the right thing. The judge's gavel strikes again. Silence envelops the room. Every witness, every family member, every member of the public watching, all wait for what comes next. When words fail, the courtroom becomes a mirror, reflecting every lie, every regret, and every broken promise. The narrator leans in closer, tone low and suspenseful. Not a courtroom drama. It's a reckoning. Kody Brown's secret history, his secret weddings, his attempts to manipulate the story, all exposed for the world to witness. And now the question is, can this family withstand the collapse? Or will the next bombshell finally destroy what's left? The camera zooms in on Kody's face. A blend of fear, shame, and desperation. Robyn, Christine, Janelle, and Meri are around him in emotional turmoil, their eyes saying the words they dare not utter. The judge drops a bombshell surprise, a previously unseen license found in Flagstaff County records that can blow the case wide open. The whole courtroom gasps, including Kody, who goes white as murmurs spread throughout the audience. The courtroom is filled. Tension clings, interrupted only by shuffling papers and the barely audible whisper of hushed murmur. Cameras surround him from all sides, recording each expression, each micro-emotion, and each strained look. Kody Brown occupies the center seat, a man clearly fatigued, near gaunt, as if the crush of decades of silence has finally landed on him. The judge clears her throat. This hearing will cover the recently found license in Flagstaff, as well as all previous evidence. Counsel, go ahead. The prosecutor stands, tone biting. Your Honor, the record attests to yet another lawfully sanctioned marriage, signed by Mr. Brown in 2018. This license was recently uncovered in our most recent review and confirms several witness testimony. Mr. Brown has kept his secrets, even from his relatives. Christine hunches forward, her eyes constricting. Janelle holds her chair so hard her knuckles whiten. Robyn sits just behind Kody, shaking, her hands nervously playing with her wedding ring. Meri's jaw clenches, her face pale. Sometimes the truth does not just knock, it bursts through the doors you believed were shut forever. The narrator's tone tenses, almost whispering. Kody Brown, the man who once commanded cameras, storylines, and public opinion, now has the worst audience of all the people he vowed to defend. His wives, 4 of them, sit like silent jurists, every look a verdict, every face a condemnation. The prosecutor points to the screen. Photos flash, signatures, notarized seals, witness names. The proof is irrefutable. Kody swallows hard, his shaking hand grabbing for a glass of water. Robyn finally finds her voice, low but biting. Kody, why, how many more? Kody's gaze wanders around the room. I was trying to keep everyone safe. I thought it was safer like this. Christine interrupts harshly, her voice shaking with anger. Safer? Safer for whom, Kody? Not for us. Not for your children. Not for anyone but you. Self-preservation is simple. Coping with the aftermath is a different war altogether. The courtroom tension becomes charged. The whispers mount. Flashbulbs fire as photographers snap up every emotional detail. The wives edge forward, a wordless partnership forming in outrage and shock. Meri leans in to whisper to Janelle. All this time, we were protecting him, loving him, and he was constructing a house of cards behind our backs. Janelle nods, speaking low and with malice. It's not a house of cards. It's a prison of lies. Robyn rises to her feet, her eyes ablaze. She points a shaking but firm finger at Kody. Enough, no more excuses, no more lies. I've watched the videos, the licenses, all the papers. You've been leading a life of lies, and I won't be an accomplice anymore. When the person you love discovers evidence of your infidelity, what you say doesn't matter. Your actions cry out louder than words. Kody stands at last, shoulders bent. His throat is raw, the voice cracking beneath the burden of shame. I didn't hurt anyone on purpose. I really did believe I was in the right. Christine advances, weeping. In the right? You didn't think of anyone except yourself. Every promise, every smile, every deceit, everything for you. And now we suffer the consequences. Robyn steps forward. It's not about us. Your kids need honesty. Your family needs truth. And you have to confront what you've done. The judge brings up her gavel. Order, Mr. Brown. It is your responsibility to bring the truth before me today. All actions past and present will be taken into consideration in this case. When your deceptions are revealed for all the world to see, nothing but truth can start to mend, if it's given freely. The narrator slows down, pulling the reader through each beat. Today, Kody Brown is not only under legal attack, but the emotional accounting of a lifetime. His walls come down, his allegiances break apart, his family, once loyal and trusting, now grapple with betrayal and heartache. Kody looks down. He pauses, then finally speaks in barely a whisper. There are 3 more licenses. I didn't know what to say to anyone. I didn't know how to say no. The courtroom erupts in gasps. Robyn clutches her chair. Christine puts her hands over her face. Janelle reclines in shock. Meri buries her head in her hands. The burden of the truth is too heavy when it's amplified by the secrets you believed would never be uncovered. The tension becomes combustible. Reporters write frantically. Cameras zoom in on each reaction. The wives look at each other. Shock, outrage, and a strong resolve to call for accountability. Robyn advances, her voice trembling but firm. Kody, it's over. No more hiding. No more excuses. Tell us everything. Every name, every date, every license, or I walk away. And this time, the world will know exactly what you've done. Kody swallows, tears forming. He glances around at the women whom he used to call family. I can't undo it, but I'll tell you everything. You deserve the truth. The courtroom remains still, the burden of his words looming like a storm cloud. Confession is merely the beginning. Redemption is forged in the broken trust that remains. The voice of the narrator becomes somber, and thus the Brown family is confronted with its greatest hour. Decades of secrecy, betrayal, and manipulation build towards one last accounting. Kody Brown's trust empire is lost, destroyed by broken bonds, raw emotion, and a future forever altered by the truths no longer kept secret. Christine stands up to Kody, tears running down her face. I loved you. I trusted you. And now, Janelle completes the sentence, voice indignant. We rebuild without you, Kody. Robyn stands up to him, speaking firmly. In this time, I'm not saving you. You're on your own. Meri shakes her head, softly whispering, I thought we were a family. But families aren't built on lies. The judge bangs the gavel once more. This court is adjourned. All concerned are advised that subsequent hearings will cover the entire extent of Mr. Brown's behaviors. The camera zooms out, holding the courtroom in long shot, emptying gradually, but leaving behind the emotional wreckage. Kody remains still, his eyes fixed on the table, while the wives exit together. A united front cemented in heartache and reality. Some truths shatter hearts, others set them free. And ultimately, the Brown family discovered that honesty, however belated, is the only way to go.